Love, they say, knows no barriers. But for persons with disabilities, societal attitude makes it more complex for them to be in relationships. Today on my Capability podcast, we are discussing love, relationship, marriage, but then through the perspective of a lady with physical disability. I'm not alone. I'm here with my friends. I'll let them introduce themselves before we show you our guests.
Good afternoon, viewers. I'm Adio Lukilanko. Glad to be here today.
Good afternoon, viewers. My name is George Dominic Angway. I'm happy to see you.
So, like I said earlier, we have our guest today, and she's a lady that wears so many feathers. Okay? Now she's an entrepreneur. I know that she does cakes. I'm not so sure, but she'll tell us all about that. And she's the founder, Hope Alive for Possibilities. Her name is Ave Aki. Please, if I murdered your name, forgive me. Or forgive me. Please, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
You're welcome. So just tell us, just share your personal journey with us briefly.
Okay, like you rightly said, my name is Ave Aki.
Okay.
I'm the founder of Hope Alive for Possibilities Initiative. I'm also a baker and also a TV host for Possibilities with Ave. So I'm an amputee. Had an accident 22 years ago. On the 9th was 22 years. 22 years ago, and I resulted into amputation. And to the glory of God, I'm here today after 22 years. Alive, healthy, and living life the best way I can do. And yeah, Hope Alive, I founded it some years ago out of my personal experience. Like I said, 22 years ago when I had an accident, amputation, I didn't know what disability was then. I was just going into from a young girl who just finished secondary school, then accident happened and life on crutches began. So it was a whole new thing to me and my family members. They were confused as I was too. So 3 months in the hospital, there was no group or a person with disability that ever visited me to prepare me for what the society is. So after that, I came back home and stigma, discrimination set in. I was ashamed of myself. I was ashamed of coming out to meet the people I grew up with, like on the streets. I couldn't walk on that street again because I felt so ashamed, like walking on crutches, so people pointing fingers at me. And when I came back from hospital, in the hospital too, a lot of people came to see me. Some people just wanted to be sure that this really happened. I was down, I cried. Like if tears could bring back my leg, I think God would have done a miracle. Both the tears I cried, both the tears my family members cried and all. Like my dad of blessed memory, since after my accident till he passed, like 13 years after my accident, he never had the courage to look me in the face and talk. Like he was so pained that he could not save his little daughter's leg. And I also remember in the hospital, there's a consent form you have to fill when going into a surgery or amputation, major operation. My parents never filled that form. So I had to fill it myself because I was going through a lot of pains. Okay, what led to amputation was gangrene infection. And if you know what gangrene means is the moment it sets in, every minute that passes, you are at risk. Like it gets spoiled. The place where it gets in, it gets spoiled. I could feel something traveling in my leg, like going up and down, up and down.
And if you don't have it will keep shifting.
Yeah, it will keep shifting. Like if I was so adamant just the way my parents were, not to fill the form, maybe I would have a above knee amputation because the more delay it was going, the more it was getting. Yeah. So I did that myself too. And I think I chose life over death because not going for that amputation would result me in dying, because the moment it comes above up here, everything inside gets damaged and there's nothing to be done about that. So I did that myself too. And looking back, sitting back today, when I remember that move I took, I think that was courageous move, So recovering back from home, I isolated myself from everybody, even my family members. I used to share rooms with my siblings.
Yeah.
I'm from a family of 9. So you can imagine. So I used to share rooms, but I told my parents that I wanted a room separate, and that was obliged. Like at that point, I was the queen of the house. Everything I say goes. So I was given a room, and before you come into my room, you have to knock. I'll say, call me. If I don't and you dare call me,
In trouble.
as time went on, I didn't even want to go to school any longer because I didn't even know that there was something like a prosthetic. Yeah, I was using crutches. So before I knew it, some of my schoolmates that we just finished were going for university. Like at a point, I started feeling bored just being at home. I wanted something more for myself. And then university admission have closed and everything, so the only thing left was the NCE. I remember telling my father that I think I want to go to school. So he was like, okay, that's a good one. When they said NCE was the available admission then, so I got an admission and I went on crutches. So I went. It was so difficult, but somehow at every given point in life, there are challenges, but there are helpers along the way.
Were you still in secondary school when it happened, or you were done with
6
secondary
months
school?
after secondary school.
Oh, 6
Yeah.
months after secondary school.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
the accident happened. So I got admission at College of Education, Katsina. Started my NC, and all my classmates were so loving. Like before I get to class, somebody have already reserved a seat for me. When I finish, they have already carried my bag going, and also where I was too. You know, Katsina is a local government in Benue State, and it's not really that tush. So there were nothing like boreholes and all. So I was in a house where it was a well this thing. So the children around too, somehow, the fact that they love looking at me, pointing fingers, but they also love helping. You understand? So they were there helping and all. Fast forward, I finished NC and there was this zeal for more. My schoolmates were doing degree. I just finished NC. I should also go for degree. So I applied for direct entry. I got 200. And I started my degree in Benue State University. I finished later. All of this, there were rough times. There were seriously rough times, but here are we today. So I got admission there. I finished and I was posted down to Abuja for my NYSC. It was coming down here that I get to discover that there was a whole lot of community people with disabilities. Like somehow I met our FCT chapter, physical disabilities, Sir Abubakar. Then there was an event organized by DRAC. He invited me to that event. I went. I met the likes of David Angeli, Irene, and all. I walk in the hall. I saw persons with albinism. Then we call albino. I saw people on wheelchair. I saw different kind of disabilities. I was like, for real. So such people exist. Like
So not be only me.
no be only me. No be only me. So and you know, before now too, when I made up my mind to go back to school and all, I could see this passion in me about disability, helping people. So why in the hospital nobody ever came to talk to me? So when I was doing my NC, I used to, when I come back for holidays or weekend, I visit hospitals, go to an accident ward, emergency ward, and talk to accident victims, like encourage them. Because then I wish someone could talk to me. I wish someone could talk to my mother, because there was no day that passes her by that she does not cry. Like the moment she comes into the room, she starts crying, she goes out, she cries, and all of that. So I identify a problem. These parents, these people with loved ones with disability need someone to talk to, need someone to be an inspiration, to put them through that, okay, this is it, but life does not end here. And okay, you can look at me. I am this, I survived, I am moving. Yes, it's not easy. You know, there are steps in life. And when something happens to somebody and you get to like talk to the person, you that have experienced that, it's much easier for the person you are talking to, seeing that, okay, yeah, she's going through this. I can actually also, so I started going to hospitals to do this, and the feedbacks, the reviews were actually
Word. Sorry, I was going to ask, during your NCE days or university days, did you have anybody with disability who were in the same school with you that same time?
Before my accident in secondary school, I had classmates, I have schoolmates that have a disability, physical disability. But we were kids, we never cared. Then going to NCE, to be honest with you, I never came across somebody with that pronounced disability that I would say, oh, there was a wheelchair person. Going down to BSU, it was difficult to identify.
So let me ask something. You acquired disability after secondary school.
Yeah.
And of course, as a young girl, a beautiful young girl, you are having your aspirations, you want to pursue career in the maybe particular fields and all of that. You have your dream jobs, and possibly your dream husband. Yeah, so you were really looking, you were like, okay, I have a spec, this is my spec, I would like to marry somebody like this, like that. So at the point you acquired disability, did something change? Did you begin to have fear of, will I even get married at all? Will I find someone? This is my spec I'm talking about.
Thank you for that question. Life happens.
Yes.
I can remember back then in secondary school, during our WAEC and all, when talking with your schoolmate, I'll say, oh, I want to go to uni Jos, I want to go to uni Lagos, I want to go. Oh, everybody had dreams.
Did they mention ABU?
ABU.
What is ABU?
Because you're from there. Because everybody had dreams, everybody had the choice of school they wanted to. 6 months after, we were visiting friends, going here. I used to visit too. In fact, in my secondary school, when we had our even 20 years anniversary, I was given the award for friendship and loyalty because I connect a lot. So accident happened, life happened, and everything changes. Okay, so I love acts. I wanted to be a movie star. I wanted to act. Like back in my secondary school, literature A does not pass me by. BSc wasn't the choice of my school, actually, but yes, life changes, life happens and things change. But I am not yet at the stage where I wanted to be, but I did not allow that dream to die.
Nice.
Because from a lot of things I am doing, and I just feel it's a matter of time, or it's a matter of one knock on a door that will open and boom. Talking about relationship and all. Talking about relationship and all. So yeah, a lot changes too.
Okay.
Because in the society where we find ourselves, disability, love, marriage, it's difficult. It's very, very challenging. Yeah, for even persons without disabilities, it can be challenging for them too. I have friends, beautiful friends, doing amazing jobs, working in big offices, collecting a good amount of money.
Shall look at me now.
But finding love is still very difficult. So I would say yes, for persons with disabilities is 95 difficult.
Yeah.
But I know that non-person with disabilities, they are finding it very difficult. But somehow person with disability is
Much more.
because it's much more because and especially women with disability. Women with disability, because it's natural the way God designed a woman can adopt easily. When a woman spends time with a man, the couple of time, the woman develop feelings and love for that man.
Are you saying that men cannot adopt?
I am going there with men can adopt, but it's very difficult because if we check the statistics of our community, persons with disabilities, our men have much number of married men,
which is true,
than women with disabilities.
But it's not because we have more women in the world than men.
not necessarily.
It's not necessarily that. It's not necessarily
So
that.
it's not just with
It's not the men's fault.
community. I'm just saying it's a general thing.
No, you're trying to support the men.
No, it's not about supporting men. I'm just trying to let's check these things. Let's not
It's not about checking
But
this.
that's
It's
the
just the
truth now.
reality. I said earlier that women can easily adopt. Check the statistics of our married women, our married men. You understand? You can check the amazing women, hard-working women that got married to them.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is because when it comes to love, women are much more ready to make compromises.
You see?
And men
Than
come-
you men, yes.
No, it's not true.
No,
Yes.
It's the
true.
man's
It's
duty to
true.
love. It's
It's
woman's
true.
duty to
See,
submit.
women,
This
That's
is
what
true.
I
women can
feel.
marry about
So,
anybody.
so when
That's-
it
women can marry about
comes
anybody,
to
but
when it
women-
comes to a non-man with disability to fall in love with a woman with disability.
There are many of them.
There are, but
are
you
no,
may argue that
they-
the percentages are small.
But
That's
there are
how
many
she
of them.
said.
The
The
percentage.
percentage.
I said the
That is it.
percentage is very small.
No,
But I am interested in
Wait,
something.
so-
You know, when you acquire disability, I'm interested in something. You know, you had your, like I said, you had your dream, you had your spec, you were like, you know,
See,
you have
you
your
know what?
fantasy.
He wants to hear
Wait,
this, Mr.
Because I want to
Mr.
know. So maybe that thing happened. Of course, thought to be running, you know,
Wow,
through your
yeah.
mind.
Okay.
So did you have that fear? Will I ever find
Be like,
someone
I
that
will
will
change
love me?
spec.
Truth be told, after accident and everything, there is this fear. Will I ever find love?
Oh, wow.
Will I ever be loved? Will I ever be wifed? You understand? Those thoughts keep coming.
Yeah.
But I won't say I don't get toast. I won't say people don't run after me.
Now then they rush you.
Because this time I find it.
People
Now
are
then they rush
coming.
you.
People
Yes.
run after me.
Interesting.
People want to. But this, you have to also be careful. Yeah, the fact that I'm saying people run after me, people want to toast me around, but you have to check this kind of people that are coming. Because
That's
there's
correct.
something happening in the community. A lot of men just want to have a feel of how an amputee can perform sex in bed.
Maybe they even feel that maybe you cannot even
Exactly.
You know, be
Some people just want to see
sexually
if,
productive because of your
exactly. Some
disability.
people just want to see if a woman on wheelchair
Can
Hey,
can do it.
Yeah.
my ears, oh.
Some people even have this notion about women with albinism
Yeah.
that they are very sweet in bed, so they want to test.
Wow.
You understand?
But that's the truth. That's the truth.
So you understand? So the fact that people are rushing
This
you,
is weird.
people are coming after you, you have to be very careful and also be selective.
Maybe they're just
too.
there to experiment.
And they're just there to experiment. And if you
Yeah,
don't take
exactly.
care, one will come and
You
go.
can't be a guinea pig now.
That is
No,
it.
now.
So you just have
Our
to be
beautiful are there to
very.
become
Please,
guinea
Jaja.
pig. No,
No, but
Let
you
me
know,
try am.
what she's saying, that's the truth.
Yeah.
I mean, I was privy to discussion among some gentlemen who were talking about
Are
the
you
experience
serious?
of one of them who dated a deaf lady. I was like,
imagine.
come and hear, sorry, permit me to use this
Yes.
word, where the ringtone, do you understand, of a deaf
I get.
And when
I
she's
get.
when
People
she's
have
having
weird imagination.
that is it.
People have weird imagination.
That's-
And that's why at
that's
the
really
point
weird.
she's making that, you need to be careful when
be
they are
careful.
rushing you. What is their mission?
Exactly.
Are they coming with
They should
genuinity
define
Or
of
because-
real
their
relationship?
vision.
Yeah.
Or they just want to experiment? What
So
does
now
it
that is
feel
where the
like
question
to-
comes. How do you even know who is real and who is
Exactly.
not real?
Okay, so
Like-
how to know who is real or who is not real? Like me personally, see, I'm talking out of experience.
Yeah.
I'm talking out of
Yeah.
personal. For me
Experiences.
now,
Mm.
as a woman with disability, your personal growth matters.
Yeah, that's correct.
I agree.
Financial freedom
We'll
matters.
come to that.
Yeah. So, not everyone that say hello, hi, you will follow.
True.
Not everyone.
But
Yes.
what if he has money? Because I know she likes money.
See, it's not about she liking money. Money makes the world goes round.
Thank you, my sister.
You understand? If I'm looking good, money is involved.
Yeah, of course. We know.
I need my cream, my soap.
Did you hear that?
I need to wash what
Did
I'm
you people
wearing.
hear that?
This
Yeah,
one that
yeah,
you're looking good like
I
this, it
need
means
to
the
make
money has come.
I need to make my hair.
But
That's good.
I feel like sometimes, yeah, a lady with disability might be bullied into dating somebody. An instance, you might want maybe a deaf lady, visually impaired, whatever it is. You might a guy might see you and maybe toast you. Probably you say no. You keep on saying no. See person how they try manage.
Yo,
Do you understand?
Yeah.
See, after me, nobody will look you.
that's the reason
You might
not
just
to
be
even
forced
follow
to-
that person.
Maybe you will have to go on my own thing that maybe this girl is actually right. You that at that point,
A
that
lot,
bully.
a lot of
Yeah, but
relationship
what-
in the community is based on that.
Okay, so based on this now, because it's a point of concern for me. If I say, see, they try help, what kind of home do you think the couple will have if they eventually get married?
Get married.
Because it will keep using that word to
Get
bring
person
our
why they
self-esteem
manage.
down.
So this is the problem we are facing in the community by we are trying to educate women with
disabilities,
disabilities to stand up for themselves. First of all, empower yourself.
Important.
It's very, very
Make your
important.
money.
Important.
Make your money. Live the life you want to live.
Be independent.
The life you want for yourself, create it so that a man that wants to come in will have to fit in that life.
Yeah.
Because a lot of our women, they're just there. Any man. Some of our women, men go to them just in the night to have them and go. You can't see them with
In the
them in
daylight.
the daytime.
They're not proud to work with
They are
them.
not proud to work with them. And these women are this type that have not even discovered themselves. Don't even know how to make 5 naira to become 10 naira.
And their
They are
self-esteem
not
is low.
financially independent.
Yeah.
Their self-esteem is low. So there is this advocacy, there is this campaign about our women being like
Empowered.
empowering yourself.
Important.
I always tell anybody that cares to listen. Yes, we're in the community of persons with disabilities. They invite us for programs, we go for programs. That is a collective struggle. So when it comes to personal struggle and growth, will you be called out? What happens to your own personal
That's
growth?
it.
Your own,
That's
your own
it.
dreams, your own career, your own
Your
vision.
dreams, your career, like when there is no disability community,
Around you. Who
But
are you?
what else
What do you
happens
become?
to
No,
you?
because I get some people they say that their dream is just to go for programs.
Programs, collect per
Collect
diem,
per
per
diem,
diem,
go for
collect
program, collect
transport.
transport,
eat,
and come back.
eat breakfast,
Eat breakfast,
and
lunch.
And they will come with takeaway at times.
That is
No, and if you don't
it.
invite them, they will come. As long as they hear disability, they will land. That's the full-time job.
You understand? So, your personal growth, what are you doing about your personal growth? You know, like right now, even this year, I was telling some of my close pals in the community that, have you noticed how unpopular disability is becoming?
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
unpopular disability programs are becoming. Since the beginning of this year, how many organizations have organized programs?
Very few.
Like,
Very few.
If you want to even check statistics, how many organizations have gotten grants
Grants.
this year?
Yeah.
Yes.
You understand? The coming of Trump right now.
Oh, that's
What has
another.
happened?
That's another level
The
entirely.
coming of, so
Yeah.
by the time we don't have programs weekly, we don't have programs in the month and all, what happens to you that have made up your mind that is programs you'll be attending, jumping from one program to another and all. Some of these venues for these programs are not even accessible. Somebody living in Buhari, you are invited for a program, let me say National Assembly,
Yeah.
and you are proud to come. Check the transport.
Abi?
Yes, transport now is 10,000 when we go for these programs. So you are leaving Buhari to go for that
So
program.
if you
At
take
the
a
end
boat,
of you coming and going, how
how
much
much
are
10,000
you
cannot
left?
pay your boat to and fro.
Yeah.
At least
How much are you
Free
left?
food
with?
and take away.
Free food. The stress going back, that food don't finish.
Now, why would the carry take you?
That
Just
is
chop
if you
that
are
one.
lucky to have that, to have leftover for takeaway.
Yeah.
Because just like you said, once they hear disability, they just come without invitation. And these programs, they are budgeting for 50 people. You now came uninvited. You understand? So I asked my friends in the community, what is that individual development you are doing for yourself? Because it's very important.
Very important.
So I
When
think this comes from
disability
the family.
issues are not happening, you should be doing something else. For instance, for me, I have every year I set goals for myself. This year alone, January has gone. I have learned a new art. Very soon people will see what I'm doing new.
Okay.
I have
We're here
learned
for
a
it.
new art January. This February, I'm trying to also go for my cake upgrade.
Okay.
Okay.
Some of you might be
Because
seeing
a
my
lot.
cake pictures
You haven't
and all.
seen them.
In your
Beautiful
mind,
cakes.
in your
Level don't
mind, you will
change.
think it's beautiful
Yeah.
cakes.
There is
There are
more. It keeps evolving,
innovation
yeah.
ideas that are
Much.
coming up.
Yeah.
I want to also learn that. To me, I am not yet there in cake making. I am not, and I'm going for this upgrade class.
Where
I
do you
am
usually post
paying
your
for.
cakes?
I am paying on my social media handles.
Of all of it.
Yes, all of it. I am going to pay for these classes and learn
Personal growth.
for some time. Some persons, our ladies with disability, will chat me, oh, I want to come and learn how to make cake and all. I'll say, okay, how long do you want to learn? They will say, I'll charge them the fee to pay. Ah, that's too much. and that's where discussion will finish.
Because when you pay to acquire something, you'll be more serious.
When I
with
came
it.
down to Abuja to do my NYC service, towards finishing, you know, people, hey, finish NYC and send CV. I was sending CV, I was not getting response. That was how I gave
me see what I
myself
can do.
sense.
Yes.
I enrolled for cake classes. I was staying in Dawaki. Then my cake classes was in Kubwa. I will leave Dawaki, I will go to Kubwa. I've been baking for the past 7-8 years now. Then I paid for that classes 120,000.
Whoa, that was a lot.
Practicals, ingredients and all, I need to buy myself to do practicals where I was learning. So if I calculate that inside, the money is more than 120,000.
Of course.
Fast forward to 2 years ago, 3 years, 1 year ago, some persons in the community will be chatting me to learn how to make cakes and all. I will charge them 80,000 or 70,000. They will tell me how expensive that is, and they will go code on the chat. I'll just sit back and laugh.
Yeah.
You are doing yourselves.
Of course.
If I'm teaching you how to bake, my time, you are coming to my place to learn. I'm going to use my gas to teach you. You are not considering that, you are considering your 80,000. The cake I have learned how many years ago, that thing is in my brain here.
True.
Nobody will take it away from me.
Never.
The way the society is, the country is right now, we have to, multiple streams of income is needed.
Actually, disability is very expensive. You need more money to be able to, live as a person with disability than a person without disability.
I want you to gist us. What has been your experience dating as a person with a bit? Like, we want real life example. Who you don't date? Waiting up, eat your breakfast.